So for the time being, it's all quiet on the Northern Ireland Protocol front. The sausage wars have been somewhat de-escalated now and have been moved to October, when I am sure the fresh round of sausages will be thrown at each other, and of course the UK will again try and assure that it is trying to, quote, make the protocol work, when it is the one who is ultimately not providing any solutions to this problem, even though it says that there are, quote, solutions. But the government doesn't seem to be actually providing any solutions. And not only this, few of you will remember yesterday when I said there is another battle very fast approaching. And that is, of course, timed perfectly with our wonderful British weather, because, believe it or not, our government is about to have a massive water fight with the EU. Perfect for these summer months and perfect to, try and cool things down. But if anything, this is going to be anything but, shall we say, cold water thrown at each other. It is going to be the usual scalding hot water. Essentially, the UK government will try and throw at the EU, when again, essentially, this is their fault, this is their problem. And again, if the government loves to say that there are, quote, solutions to this, but it doesn't seem to have any. It indeed, and as we saw from Frost's comment of this last weekend, that he wants to try and dismantle the Northern Ireland Protocol piece by piece. Again, how you intend to do that without, again, keeping the delicate situation that is in Northern Ireland, without having a hard border to, make sure that, goods are flowing and following the rules and regulations of the EU. Got a bit of a problem there, don't we? So, as always, please do hit that like, share and subscribe button. And of course, down below there are links to my Patreon page, as well as a one-off donation link called Buy Me a Coffee, where you can indeed buy me a coffee. And as always, thank you very much to everyone who does support the channel that way. So, as we said, prepare, ladies and gentlemen. Get your swimming trunks out. Get your water pistols out. Your super soakers. Because the water wars are here, or coming soon. So, this comes from City AM. And the title is, "The UK-EU sausage war has de-escalated, but are you ready for the Brexit water fight?" So the UK has confirmed that major European mineral water brands like Evian and Perrier will lose their automatic right to export to Great Britain from January of next year. The mineral water giants, which also includes San Polvino and Volvic, will also now have to jump through a series of hoops to be allowed to ship their products to Great Britain after the end of the post-Brexit transition period. It was suggested that in February that mineral water accreditation could be withheld by the UK government as a tit-for-tat response to the EU banning British shellfish. The Environmental Secretary George Eustace wrote to the EU's food safety czar, Sandra Giuliani, today to say that all natural mineral waters which obtained their recognition as a member state will no longer be authorised for import into England, and unless they are given accreditation by UK regulators. This comes after the UK and EU brokered a truce over the so-called sausage wars just days ago. In fact, it was last Wednesday, last week. So, meaning that chilled meats can still be sent from Great Britain to Northern Ireland until September. A Downing Street spokesperson said, "We've worked with a majority of all major suppliers to try and give them support and notify them of changes." And of course, water exporters are being told by the Department of Environmental Food and Rural Affairs, DEFRA, to contact either Department of Food Standards Scotland or the Food Standards Agency in Wales to continue to ship their products next year. A DEFRA source said that applications will be assessed on a first-come, first-served basis. The water brands will still be able to export to Northern Ireland without fresh accreditation, as it still follows the EU's customs rules and EU single market rules. A senior Whitehall source said earlier this year that there is the thought to be given to what we can leverage in other areas as a response to the EU shellfish ban, including mineral water access. And I want to point out that this shellfish ban is, again, rules that, again, we helped write when we were EU member states to essentially ban the importing of foreign shellfish to help protect our own shellfish industry. And of course, now we are a third country, we now have to follow those very rules for being a third country. This is not a ban, this is what we said would happen all along. And of course, we were ignored. But again, Dr. Alexandra Norbaj, a lecturer in human geography and geographical information at the Systems of Kiel University, said the fact that mineral water from the EU has been okay to sell into the UK until now indicates this has very little to do with mineral water and is only a political bargaining tool. Mineral water for both the EU and the UK is extremely regulated business that guarantees high product standards, so there is no further to complicate this sale with more red tape, he said. If mineral water is to be used as a bargaining tool to try and pressure the EU about other issues, the government can come up with a further set of rules to try and make it difficult or even impossible to import EU water. A DEFRA spokesperson said this update provided procurement of up to 6 months' notice of the changes and outlines of all the necessary steps to try and make to sell the mineral water into Great Britain. We will continue to engage with them and the industry to ensure a smooth transition. So essentially what is going to happen here is that the UK government is going to try and use EU mineral water as essentially as a leveraging tool to try and remove the EU ban on shellfish. But of course, this is not going to happen. First things first, the EU shellfish ban is a pillar in the common fisheries agricultural policy, which is what they're really annoyed about. And again, one of the things that we were in and we actually had an effect on when we were in the EU. So they are going to try and use this as some sort of political bargaining chip to try and get rid of this. Of course, it's not going to happen. We are now a third country. And one of the things that we said every single time in leading up to the referendum, to Brexit itself, was how are you going to solve these problems when we are now becoming a third country, when we have left the single market, when we have left the customs union, when you talk about wanting to diverge, but then you won't say what divergence you want to take. Like I say, if they want to use this as a political bargaining tool, the EU has an entire suitcase of political things and leveraging tools it can use back against us. So this attempt to try and get rid of the EU shellfish ban is going to backfire massively on the UK government. And the water wars, as it is, or will probably company known as, will once again be yet another absolutely diplomatic failure by the UK government. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to hit that like, share and subscribe button on your way out. And of course, down below there are links to my Patreon page, as well as a one-off donation link called Buy Me a Coffee, where you can, well, buy me a coffee. And as always, thank you very much to all those people who do support me that way. And of course, thanks all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.